this is Reverend Don Lewis coming to you from beautiful Florida. And today our question comes to us from AfterFove. And those of you who know AfterFove know that AfterFove often asks very interesting questions that come from interesting points of view. And today is no exception. And AfterFove has a question that he prefaces by saying he's pretty certain I will disagree with it. But it has to do with a philosophical idea he has been working with. And the idea is that God most persecutes the people that God loves most. And what do I think of this idea? And AfterFove, of course, is correct. This is not an idea that I would agree with. I don't believe that God persecutes anyone. However, if we change the wording, it can be another matter. Because I do believe we sometimes persecute ourselves and blame God for it. However you identify God, however you look at God, we'll simply use the general term for this moment. And again, I don't think God persecutes anyone, but people often do find themselves driven from one difficult situation to another, and they think that it's coming from God or from the universe or from the world or however you want to say it. But that isn't necessarily the case. And many years ago, I spoke to the universe and I said, basically, universe, this is getting really too hard. Too many things are coming too fast. I'm happy to do the work, but can't we slow it down a little bit? And the universe replied, well, of course we can, but you have to do it. You're the one who's setting the schedule. And I did, and things did slow down a bit. And I became much happier with how things were going. But it had never occurred to me that I was the one who was driving things so fast until I looked at it. And this is why shadow work is so important. And one of the things that happens is that when our soul wants to learn a lesson, and it really knows that that lesson is important to it, it will sometimes drive itself really hard to learn it, even beating its head against the wall, so to speak. And sometimes that's the only way to learn it. But if you're in that situation, remember, you can ask for it to be slowed down because you're the one who's actually calling the tune. So, does this happen? Yes. Is it God persecuting the ones God loves most? No, I would not say that. However, going on a little farther with this idea, the idea that persecution has to do with actually being in a favored position comes back again to the fact that it has everything to do with lessons and growth. And the things that we most learn from, the things that are most often our great benefactors in life, are not necessarily the same things we most enjoy, and sometimes are the most painful things of all. And if you look at those life lessons, those situations, as being there for your soul's growth and your lessons, it takes on a somewhat different point of view. In that sense, the person who is having the most difficulties might be the most blessed, because they have the most opportunities for growth and change in most cases. Of course, they don't see it that way, and it doesn't feel that way when you're in it. But we've all been in it at one time or another, and often when you look back on it, you can see how it actually did benefit you. But these would be my thoughts on the matter. And does God persecute the ones God loves most? I would certainly say no. However, the person who seems to be facing the greatest challenges also has the greatest possibility of growth and movement forward. So in that sense, they perhaps are in a better situation than might seem to be the case, looking at it. And I think this is the idea that's encapsulated in that phrase, God persecutes the ones God most loves, that it actually is not the negative situation it can appear to be if you look at it from the divine perspective or the perspective of the soul. So those would be my thoughts on the matter. I hope you find them interesting. And until next time, may you blessed be. Hello, this is Reverend Don Lewis coming to you from witchschool.com. Are you looking for the best in pagan and magical education? With more than 12,000 pages, witchschool.com is like having your own personal library with individual learning assistants to help you study. And Witch School's Anyone, Anytime, Anywhere education system is available any place on Earth, anywhere you are and anytime you want it, as long as you have an internet connection. Witch School's lifetime memberships are a great value. They really do last a lifetime. They've been there for years and they'll be there for years to come. So get your membership today at witchschool.com.